Hello, Steffi here. It's time to talk. Real people, real lives. Today's episode is a topic. It has to do with the past. How to let go of the past. Our guest today, I call it, is a mystery guest. She's a friend of mine. I know her for a while now, but I don't know what was going on in the past. And we decided to leave it like this up till today, and she's going to share her story with us, and we are, you and I, going to find out what happened in the past and what made her the person she is today. So please welcome Jenny.
Hi.
Jenny,
Hi.
my mystery guest today. I love having mystery guests.
I know, you've known me for so long.
Yes. And you're always bubbly and smiley and happy, and we always have jokes going on. And then you say to me, hold on a minute, I've got something to share. So what happened to you? I have no idea.
Wow, yes, I've come from a background of an alcoholic father, a mother with dementia, mental issues, and I was the youngest of 6, and I got teased a lot because I was young, and they thought that I was like their precious little daughter, but they don't realise that I wasn't actually meant to be of the family either, because they finished at 5 children, and I there's a big gap. There's like, my oldest brother was 16 years older than me, so there was a big gap. Mm-hmm. So I was basically a last minute thought, or maybe I'm like, whoopsie daisy.
Yeah. So what is the gap between the next?
It's 8 years between me and my other brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So basically, when you have a past like that, where you're dealing with, you're trying to get to school, in the middle of the night you have to wake up to take a cigarette out of your dad's hand because he's fallen asleep with a smoke hanging out of his hand. He's got the music blaring loud. You've got a mother that doesn't even know what's going on, and you've got kids that you've got brothers and sisters that have moved out because they don't want to stay at home, or as soon as they turn
I really have goosebumps.
15 or 16,
Yeah.
they want to move out because they just can't deal with dad's alcoholism and mum's constantly in and out of mental hospitals, basically. So that's sort of like something that I've seen other people come from, and everyone deals with it in different ways, and I believe that I'm quite proud of myself to today, of the way that I've just really pushed through that. I could definitely sit in the past and be thinking about I'm worth nothing, because my mum basically brought me up because dad was either away. He was a salesman, a travelling salesman, so every second week he was away, basically, and then he lost his job like 3 times. So we didn't have a car. When we had to do grocery shopping, it was on a bus. We had to carry all the grocery shopping in a bus, and just things like that. It was just constant hard work. But there was little old Jenny, still had a smile on her face, trying to get through, week by week, helping mum try and get through what she had to get through with dad, because even though they were together for like 36 years, she didn't not leave him. Because every time she tried to leave him, he would basically say, if you try and leave me, I will hunt you down and I will kill you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would he be the person?
Well, he used to like say that to my brothers and sisters, not kill, but like if you go out, if you go somewhere, he used to go, like my sister, she'd go out to a pub, and he would go and actually physically pull her out of that pub and bring her home, drunk as anything. Yeah, he actually died in a car accident.
Who?
My dad. Yeah.
But under the influence of alcohol?
We think so, yeah. Like there was, but he wasn't as much as he normally drinks, but he'd been out with some clients, and I think he'd had a couple of drinks with them, because he was trying to stop drinking, because he'd actually, him and my brother had a really big fight, like black eyes.
Like a real fight, not just a verbal, really physical.
Yeah.
Oh my. So how old was he when the accident happened?
49.
49.
Yeah.
So how many years ago?
So 88 he died.
88. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1988. So, and there's so many things like, I do wish that, obviously I did have a better life, but then I might not be the person I am today if if I had a normal life.
If you wouldn't have experienced what you experienced then.
Yeah.
So is one of your siblings or you, do you have a problem with alcohol?
I think we think the opposite. So we don't want to be with someone that is an alcoholic. But maybe my brother closest to me, he used to be, but he lives in Australia, so I don't really know. We don't really have a lot of contact. I don't really have a lot of contact with my brothers and sisters.
And why? Is this because of the age difference, or?
I think it's just, we just didn't really went that close. We were close when we were young, when we were all in the house, because there was a time when we were all there, so it was quite busy. But we're not that close. Like we're all just quite individual. And
but even your real brothers not half, or it's your real brothers, real brothers and sisters.
But so they used to tell me when I was young that I was adopted, even though we pretty much look like twins. We've all got like the blonde hair and the But I used to, tease with and fat. I used to be told I was fat all the time. I was adopted. It was pretty,
wow. And you get this as a kid all the time. It's like what you don't know what to believe. That's the next thing. So what was the relationship with your mum? Is she still around?
No, she died about 7 years ago. So there's been a long time where I've had no parents, no grandparents. So I've got no. And I mean, I do look at people and think, gosh, you're not lucky, but you're so privileged to have. And I always say, hold on to that, because I haven't had a dad, for many, many years. My mum, I never really had my mum, because she was always in mental institutions and really didn't know what was going on. And then right at the end, before she died, like, we had to put her in a rest home when she was like not even 65, because she was just couldn't look after herself. No. And then she just went downhill from there, and she got really bad dementia, and and my grandparents died years and years and years and years ago. Like,
it must be really hard for you. But how was the relationship with your siblings up till your mum died? How was the relationship? Did you have a relationship up to the end?
Yeah, so there was a brother and a sister that I was really close to.
Yeah.
But again, they left home, and then there wasn't a lot of. And it was only until I started really growing up that they started liking me again, sort of thing, because they were so jealous. I don't know what they were jealous for, because I was not having the greatest life, but me and my dad had a strange sort of nice closeness. It was really quite weird, but only when he wasn't drunk. But then mum just I actually can't remember my mum a lot.
Oh God. Because I guess their relationship suffered as well.
Yes.
Mum and dad.
Oh yeah.
No?
There was no love between them. No, absolutely no love. The only time I can remember is that one time my mum tried to hold my dad's hand. I actually saw it, and my dad sort of flicked her hand away and said, I don't want the kids to see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you have any idea is your dad his parents had a drinking problem?
Didn't really know them. No, because he was born in England, and he only had one brother, and he died just recently too, apparently. And I never met his. I met his dad, but wasn't around for long. But he died of some kidney problem. So he may have had a drinking problem, but I don't know.
You don't have to know. Wow, but you honestly, when you say all those things, it's like you missed really the love of your family, your parents, and your siblings. Would you be happy to actually start having contact with the siblings again?
Yeah, I mean, we do come and go, because
so you have contact, but not like what
but it's
some
not,
others.
Like it's not like, because I live here and they all live in Auckland or Australia, it is hard, and I feel that unless I make the connection and the effort, I don't, and I have stages where I'll be all into it, and then I'll be like, no, well, you need to come to me, it works both ways.
Both ways. If you always have to ring up and then feel, maybe they don't want me, straight away you get this impression. But it would be nice to have a good relationship, not with your siblings, because you have moments when you want to talk to somebody who's related to you, And I know you work hard. I know you're not married, no, but I guess it also has to do a little bit with your past, because you didn't have a proper father figure, to be honest, no, and not really a mum,
No.
So, and also another thing with your gym, because if you said before, there's, if somebody tells you you are fat, or when something sticks on here, and I know you love your gym. I know I can't. I love my exercise too. We both love our exercise, now.
Yes.
But there is something triggered from the past.
Oh, of course, yes, and I know that it follows through all my sisters at least, because my two sisters and me, we both had the same feeling about the fatness. Yeah, because one of my sisters was anorexic. She's not now, but I know that she's still very careful about what she eats. And my other sister, she's very much the same. So we're all in that same
the same part.
Yeah, but because I love it, it's like my hobby. So
you feel the feel good factor, is it not? The feel good afterwards.
And I think to myself, so what if I like it? Like, it's not bad for me.
That's right. And I see you up the mount. Last time I saw you around the mount. Oh yeah, that was Jenny. Yes, that was
so
Jenny.
So it's not bad for you.
Oh,
no. It'd be different if I was drinking or, but to actually grab that as something that's my outlet. No. It keeps me healthy.
Did you ever feel like you want to start drinking?
No.
So do you drink, or you don't drink at all?
I drink a little bit, but not yeah. I mean, I might have the occasional party and stuff, but it's not like, I never drink on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like, so you can't remember the next day.
No.
Not like that.
No.
So it's all under control.
Yeah.
And do you think it has to do because you're a good, like what happened with your dad? Do you think it's a little bit like, I don't want to end up like this?
No, I think it's more like I don't want to end up with someone like that.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want myself to end like that. It's because I've got control. I'm very controlled of what I do. Yeah. So I'm very much in control of how much I drink, how much I do of anything. Yeah. Eating. If I want to eat something, I will eat it. Something, a cheap thing, I will eat it. But I'm in control of that. Yeah.
So everything is under control now. But it has to do with what happened in the past, no?
Yeah. But then I don't see the problem, because who wants to sit down and eat a whole block of chocolate and then feel bad for it after and feel sick?
That's right.
Like I don't.
Why would you do this?
Yeah. Why would you do it anyway?
No point. No?
Yeah. So I just really feel that I wanted to share that. I've seen so many people come out and they always blame everything on their past. They always say, "Oh, I'm like that because of that. I'm like that because of the past. I'm like that because of the past." And I don't think, I mean, you can use it and be a victim to it, but I don't think it's going to make you feel any better for it. And I've got a good job. I have done everything in my life. I've been married. I've had animals. Haven't had children, but that was my own decision to not have children. But I'm not feeling any less for it.
It was your decision. It was you decided. But it doesn't have to do anything with the past. It's just your decision you made.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be, because people could think that you don't want to bring people up in an environment like that, and you never know if you're going to have that environment. So then people say, "Well, I'm not going to bring anyone else into this world because of all that's going on," But I just, for me, I didn't want any children.
Yeah. Oh no. Why? I think. Do you have a cat or? Do you have a cat?
No, I used to have a dog. I'm just saying that I always had a dog.
Right. Yeah.
And that was another thing, is that because when my mum was scared of everything, just had a fear of absolutely everything. And because I was the youngest, I felt the more, what's the word? Just it was more impressionable on me.
Yeah.
So everything she was scared of, I also was scared of. So swimming, dogs, the dark, anything. She was just scared of anything. So I made myself do things. So to get over my fear of a dog, I got one.
Awesome.
Even though I was the age of 25 and still don't to this day really still know how to swim properly, but I've tried my best. You tried.
Yeah, that's great.
So at the age of 25, I'm swimming with babies, because everyone else at 25 should know how to swim. So I remember, going to swimming classes, and I'm thinking, where are all the adults at? And they're all like, well, yeah, pretty much they all know how to swim now, So I'm in classes, like after school classes, but I'm obviously working. But I think it's called After Education. I used to do that cooking class and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. But I used to do a swimming class, and it used to be with children like under the age of 10 and stuff. But
it's good you did it. I think this is the good thing. You faced it.
Yeah.
This is the main thing, because lots of people, they hide. No, I can't.
Yeah.
And because of this and this and this. But you faced it. You know, well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say is that you know, you don't. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got a past.
Yeah.
Everyone has
It's a
something
story.
going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters how extreme or how small it is. I don't think it really matters, as long as, you know, if you want to be somebody, you've just got to push through those barriers of those hinders like the past, and just move through them. Because, you know, if you know, like if someone did hear of, oh my goodness, you know, alcoholic father, mother that couldn't really comprehend what was going on, siblings that you know, just used to tease you and be jealous of you constantly, and, you know, no grandparents. So it was just, you know, it's just one thing after the other. But you'd think that I'd just be like in a mess, like constantly getting counselling, constantly, you know. Unfortunately, one of my sisters is always getting counselling because she's suffered. She's actually nearly a life coach. She's actually,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been training hard, like very hard for the last couple of years, and she's getting all these accolades and stuff like that. So she's full on trying to be a counsellor herself, but she's always still getting counselling for that. Because she was quite affected from the past. Yeah.
But I guess being a counsellor, and she experienced this, so she knows actually what can help and, you know, how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the experience. How can you help others?
That's right. And because I always thought, because she's always about herself, and I thought, how is she ever going to be a good counsellor? Because every time you talk to her, it's always like, oh, I know, and that's what happened to me. And then you just go, oh, don't worry about my story. That's all right. I'll just listen to you.
Yeah.
But you know, but now I've had a couple of sessions with her. She's been practicing because she has to get her.
The certificate.
And so she's just so she's been doing some stuff on me, and we've been doing some Zoom stuff, and
that's
she's been listening,
and it's also connecting you. Yeah, that's also a good start.
Yeah, but then she'll just disappear forever again, you know. So we get there, but then it's like she just likes her own space a lot.
Yeah,
so
she comes in and out. But as long as, you know, you have contact, it's not like delete and you don't know where they are.
No.
And this is good.
Yeah.
Then really appreciate this. You know, maybe later on you don't know. Maybe you grow closer again.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. We're all quite sort of our own individual
yes.
selves. Yeah. There's not it's quite different. But yeah, so a lot of people don't know that about me because of the fact that you can look at me and think,
no, you wouldn't think, no,
that I must have parents somewhere and grandparents, and I've just had this amazing life. But it hasn't been that way. No, not at all.
A really interesting story, Mrs. Mystery, because I didn't know. It's I'm actually and when you started, I really had goosebumps straight away.
Yeah.
This is wow.
Because I mean, I'm only touching the tip of the iceberg of what I saw, because I had an abusive father. It wasn't just you get happy drunks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then you get the others.
Yeah. No, he was very much the opposite.
So you saw things you can't just delete.
No.
You still can see those things, and you can do any counseling, whatever. These are pictures you've seen, you can't delete.
Yeah. And then my mother on the other end, having to most of the time visit her in the hospital.
Yeah.
And everywhere. She was in hospital in Waikato, so I had to go visit her there. Auckland, just all different. And then we just decided that she needs to go into a rest home because we're all just sort of everywhere, and we all can't look after mum. It's too hard now. We need to put her in someone else's care. Yeah, because one day she'd be on the ground. One day it was just unsafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, a story. And like you said, you never know what's going on inside and what stories they have. So people that are watching this, so what would you say? What message do you have for them? Where to start? Because some, I guess, like you said in the beginning, they're feeling victim, they're feeling sorry for themselves, and say, okay, I can't do anything about it. But is you just explain to us you can do something for yourself because you are in charge of your life. It's your choice. So what message do you have for our paper? What message would you have one particular would say, yeah, I think that helped me to go through?
Just be kind to yourself when you are experiencing things that you don't want to do or you feel like you can't do them. Everyone has a past, and I know that some people are just like, well, I'm happy with my past, I'm going to stay there and be that victim. But I think you should try and push through that because you'll feel better for it, and you might feel that you're not good enough because of what you've been brought up with. But believe me, I'm the personality I've come from. I've never been a strong personality, but I really believe that if you push through, it makes you stronger. It definitely does. You've just got to take those little steps, just little steps, to make you get further and further. I mean, it's taken me a long time. I'm going to tell you my age, 46, but it's taken me a long time. I've lived in Tauranga 20 years, and I think it's from Tauranga, when I moved to Tauranga to now, that's really shifted. So it's taken me 20 years to where I got today, but I feel like a very different person. So it's little steps. Don't think it's going to happen overnight, but be kind to yourself, look after yourself. You're number one. Yeah, that's what I say.
Thank you. That is a very powerful message, Jenny. That's amazing. And like you say, you're 20 years here now in Tauranga, and I always know you're bubbly and smiley and jokes all the time, but I didn't know what was going on behind the scene. Thank you so much for sharing, and I know with your story, you can make a huge difference in somebody else's life.
Thank you,
Thank
Steffi.
you so much, and I wish you more. Go further and further and further. Challenge your life.
Yeah, I am. I still am to today. Yeah,
that's cool. And I know you met the man of your dreams. So maybe there's a wedding soon coming up. You never know. You never know. Thank you so much. Whoa! I had goosebumps after the first 2 minutes straight away. What an amazing story our mystery guest Jenny shared with us today, and your message really powerful. And what I can say really, the past is the past. We're living in the now. Be present, forgive, try, learn to forgive. You can't change it anymore. It is done. And also be in charge of your emotions, how you feel about it, and if you need help, go and ask for help. There is help out there, and even talk to your friends. You have friends. Everybody has friends you can talk to, and they will listen to you, and they will help you as well. And another thing, surround yourself with positive people. If you are in a toxic environment, try to make the change. You are in charge of your life. Nobody else. You make the decision for you. Nobody can take the decisions for you. So this is our message for today. Remember, we are on this journey together. Let's start the conversation, share your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel. Enjoy life, live in the moment, and most of all, be unstoppable. You are worth it, and that is all what matters. It's time to talk. Bye for now. See you soon.